Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves. And today I want to talk about, this is so cool. This is one of those, let me just put it to you this way. Here I am in the overflow room, and my room floweth over. Look, there's more. It goes down that way. It goes down that way. It also is behind us over there. There's more shelves and shelves of things overflowing. So there are some things that collectors want to have and that I want to have. And I don't play them very often, but that doesn't mean I don't love them. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't have them just to have them, because you have to have them. They just belong in any serious collection that pretends to be there. And you need to have it so that when you have friends over and they're looking at your selection of stuff, they'll come across this title and they'll look at it quizzically and they'll scratch their heads and they'll just be so impressed. Oh, you have that. Well, this is one of those. It really is. And should you be inclined to listen to it, it is dazzling and fabulous. That's really the important thing, of course. But I don't play it often. You probably won't either. But, I love it. I like music for two pianos or piano four hands. I really do. It's a medium that I just enjoy. And this is one of the great recordings in that medium. Here it is. Music by Mozart, Reger, and Busoni. Oh, hardcore, right? With András, Schiff, and Peter Serkin, recorded at the same time that they gave a concert featuring these works. So, the performances are just fabulous. The sonics are stunning. This was recorded, 1999. It was one of Manfred Eichner's best gigs on ECM, a label which I think has a lot of attitude sometimes, which is not always supported by the quality of the results, but when it is, oh my, it is absolutely fabulous. And this is just super cool. It really is. What it contains is, are you ready? In the following order: Mozart's Fugue in C minor for two pianos, Kerschel 426, not a work that people know very well. Then Max Reger's Variations in Fugue on a theme of Beethoven. Now, Reger did a lot of variations. That's really some of his best music. There's the Mozart variations, the Hiller variations, the Bach variations, and the Beethoven variations. All of those exist in versions for single piano or orchestra mostly, but the Beethoven variations are the only set for two pianos. And Reger works well for two pianos because Reger was, always looking to add more notes wherever he possibly could. I enjoy this work very much in its two piano incarnation. I don't remember if he orchestrated it, but it doesn't matter because I'd rather hear it this way. I really would. I have my Reger stuff. Actually, most of my Reger stuff is not in the overflow room. I actually kind of like a lot of Reger, except the piano concerto, which is absolute trash, and which, except in Serkin's recording, that's the only one that's tolerable. And all these people jumped all over me when I said that it was one of the worst German piano concertos ever. Oh, that was so much fun because I was so right and they knew it and they didn't want to admit it. Well, the Beethoven variations are marvelous. The actual theme comes from one of the Opus 119 bagatelles. And it's a really clever set of variations, and it's a big one. It lasts about 30 minutes in this performance, and the performance is fabulous. Then we have the Busoni Fantasia Contra Pontistica. Right? Yeah. Contra Pontistica. What is the Fantasia Contra Pontistica? Well, the Fantasia Contra Pontistica is Busoni's reflections and completions and elaborations of the final incomplete four-part fugue in Bach's The Art of Fugue. Got me? And it's half an hour long. And it just doesn't get more esoteric than that. It just doesn't. It's a fascinating work. It's probably Busoni's keyboard masterpiece, certainly his biggest keyboard thing, and it's one of the Everests of the two piano literature for sure, or the piano literature, in general. Its proximate ancestor is, the Liszt What's that list thing? The Fantasia on Adnos? Well, that's for organ, right? Or is it? I get these things all confused. I know what they sound like. I can hum them. But, tell me what it's written for. I don't know. But it's those Liszt big things, too, where he did lots of contrapuntal, quasi-chorale, religious stuff things. So anyway, Busoni did that, too, in the Fantasia Contra Pontistica. And this is the greatest recording of it that I've ever heard. Not that I've heard all of them, but I've heard a lot of them. And it's totally fabulous. And if you survive that long to get to the end of the second disc, you will be treated to Mozart's Sonata in D major for 2 pianos. Oh, thank God. It's the most wonderful aperitif, or after the banquet when you're feeling like, oh, God, you're going to die. Well, this is the Alka-Seltzer. This is going to settle your stomach. Mozart is brilliant and delightful and sparkling and a work of total genius, and his only big work for 2 pianos. And it is a big work. It's a big 20-minute long sonata. It's a very serious piece, and it is glorious, as is everything about this production. So get it. Put it on your shelf. Leave it there for a few years. Take it down once in a while and give it a spin. You'll be glad you did. So thanks for joining me, friends. Take care.